who exactly could apply for unemployment insurance benefits?
So anybody who has been working in the last 4 months, 3 months, so we base this on quarters. So anybody who has worked in the last 3 months, even if you were only at a job now for 3 months, but you were at a previous job another 3 months, it doesn't matter as long as you have worked there. Now, we've had situations like somebody that said, this is my first job ever in my life, and I was only working for a month. Am I eligible for unemployment? No, they are not, because they did not work a full quarter. So if it's their first time job ever, they're not eligible. But as long as somebody has a work permit and has worked a minimum of 3 to 4 months, they would have that first quarter in place.
Okay.
I want to add too, people just need to go to our website, regardless if you're just thinking about it or doubt it, just go to our website and fill out the application, and we will make the determination if you are or not. So I always just say, when in doubt, go ahead and apply, and we'll make that determination and let you know afterwards. And that website is www.getkansasbenefits.gov. We're getting a lot of questions regarding people recipients that have DACA, or just in general, legal permanent residents. And I want to share that yes, anybody who has an authorized work permit is eligible for our unemployment insurance benefits. Let me repeat that. Anybody who has an authorized work permit is eligible for unemployment benefits. So that includes DACA recipients, but anybody in general who has that permit is eligible.
Going on that, so that means that, for example, non-resident aliens with work permits would also apply in this instance?
As long as they have a federally authorized work permit.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So people can still apply, right? With the benefits regarding of all these lagging issues that the website is having.
Correct.
Still, all right.
Yeah, and my biggest piece of advice is just keep trying, because at some point, and those 2 window hours is the best time to try.
Right.
But at some point, people will be able to get in. And we just have, thousands and thousands of people trying to get onto a system that isn't normally set up to handle that much. But the enhancements that we're working on today is to allow us to open that up to be able to do that.
All right. After someone files the form for that, how long after that could someone expect the first, payment or the benefits to kick in, basically?
Right. So every Sunday, people are, coming onto our website, because Sunday at noon is when people are able to file. I do want to say an important note about that. You can file actually up to 3 weeks. I know people have been panicking because they're like, oh no, I couldn't get in at noon on Sunday. You actually have all day Sunday, all day Monday, if you want to get your money the next day, or the same time frame, which would be the next day. Okay. If you file on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or even the following week, you still get the money. It will just be a day later. But if it's your first time doing it, it will take, generally, it would take 7 to 10 days. Now, because of our backed up system, it really depends on once you get that filing in. But once you do, it'll take 7 to 10 days. And you have 2 options. And let me just say, I highly recommend you do the direct deposit, because the second option is a debit card, and we're having some issues with the debit card payments. So if you need your money fast, direct deposit is the way to go. It's faster, it's quicker, it's easier.
So that's for the first time, for people who are filing for the first time, right? And then after that, yes, it should take about a day. Is that what?
It's the same week.
Okay, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah. Has the filing process changed at all during this time from how it was before the COVID-19?
It's the same process and application. The only thing that has changed is the volume of people trying to get in to apply. But it's still the same system. The system as it is set up to work. So that's a really good news here. It's the only thing that's affecting all of this is the thousands and thousands of people, and I want to share that number with you. And just in the last 3 weeks, because we get updates every Tuesday. So we'll have our updates later this afternoon, but every Tuesday we'll get the numbers from the previous week. And in just the last 3 weeks, we've had 130,000 people file for unemployment. So we know that the system is working because people are getting in, because we're able to track those numbers. But we know it's more and this is at a faster pace than what the recession happened back in 2009. So it's the sheer numbers that's the problem, not the system, not the application.
Right.
That is good.
A lot of people lose their health insurance when they get laid off. Is that part of the benefits?
No, and that's a good question. So we only pay benefits to, that has to do with unemployment, and that is connected to their previous employment. What we do have is on our website, the regular website, www.dol.ks.gov, is you can click on the button that says COVID-19 resources. You can click on that, and it will take you to, if a family needs food assistance with SNAP, they'll get that from the Kansas Department of Children and Families. And actually many of the programs are with the Department of Children and Families. And so that link is on our website, as well as I know Alde has been sharing that with the Kansas Hispanic Latino Affairs Commission, but that is a different agency that is not within the Kansas Department of Labor.
I think my last question was about resources in Spanish, and you were mentioning how you're putting out all the information in Spanish too in the social media. So just tell me about the resources you have in Spanish.
Yes, and so as I shared earlier, we have our phone lines available for those who aren't able to file online. The application is in English, and for the first time ever in the history of this agency, because I knew it was important, I had all that translated, and again, partnering with Alde and helping get some of that done with some of my staff. So we do have it now available in Spanish. However, it's we haven't. I'm not sure if it's totally accessible because of the issues we're having with our IT, with our website. Once that is fixed, hopefully this week, the application will be available. But it's the same as the English one. But I do want you to know that there is a Spanish application available as well. We also have our frequently asked questions in Spanish on our social media, on our website, and many people have shared it. So I encourage people to share it. But we are very cognizant and aggressive on making sure we're serving all Kansans. I do have staff who speak Spanish who are able to answer the phone calls when you do get through. And that phone number, I'll say it in English and Spanish, for the people to call that may not have internet or that are not English speakers, is 1-800-292-6333. El número para las personas que no pueden hablar en inglés o también si no tienen internet, el número es 800-292-6333. Los mejores horas para llamar es en la mañana, durante las horas de 6 de la mañana hasta las 8:30 en la mañana. Y también la segunda vez en el día es a las 5 hasta las 10 en la noche, porque no hay mucha gente en el website y también en los teléfonos.
Muy bien. Thank you for that. That was actually my other question. Just wanted to clarify that those times you said that people should file would also be the best times to call if they need it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And it could be the whole time, but just know that during the day is the busiest and the hardest to get through. I mean, we even hit last Monday at about 877,000 attempted calls just between 8 and 5. So there's a lot of calls coming in. I think we hit over 1 million last week as well. So we know there's a lot of people calling, but the good news is we have added the virtual triage call center. Mm-hmm. So we're able to answer 4 times more amount of phone calls than we were last week. When we went live on Thursday. So today is our 3rd day having that call center. So that's helpful.
Questions? Is there anything else you would like to add that you think people should know about the process?
No más quiero decir que muchísimas gracias por su paciencia, y también yo quiero decir a nuestra gente que ustedes tienen derechos humanos también. Tenemos recursos y apoyo para nuestras familias aquí en el estado de Kansas, y aquí en mi departamento estamos trabajando mucho duro para ustedes, para nuestras familias en Kansas. Y nada más, gracias, y por favor síganos en nuestra Facebook cada día a las 9:30 en la mañana, y también cada miércoles a las 3 en la tarde.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Secretary Garcia. Thank you for answering our questions.